Latitudes and Longitudes of Class 6th Social Studies, Chapter 2, Globe, the Model of the Earth, Board, APSCRT, Andhra Pradesh. Learning Outcomes. After end of this video, the students will be able to understand what latitudes, longitudes, poles, and the equator are and how they are useful to us. And the students able to use them to locate areas on the map, to know the names of some major lines on the map. Keywords. In this chapter, we are going to discuss some keywords here. They are latitude, in Telugu, Aksamsam. Equator, in Telugu, Bhumadhya Rekha. Tropic of Cancer, in Telugu, Karkada Rekha. Tropic of Capricorn, in Telugu, Makara Rekha. Arctic Circle, Arctic Valium. Antarctic Circle, Antarctic Valium. Longitude, Rekhamsam. Greenwich Meridian, Greenwich Rekhamsam. International Dateline, Antarjatiya Dinarekha. So these keywords you are going to discuss or you are going to learn in this chapter. Now you are observing. What are you observing? Yes, this is globe. Yes, it rotates. Yeah, it's moving. So the lines which drawn horizontally on the globe is called latitudes. Again, the lines which drawn horizontally on the globe is called latitudes. Now observe. Yes, these are the latitudes. These lines drawn horizontally on the globe. Now, the lines which drawn vertically, on the globe is called longitude. Now observe. These are the longitude. Now, latitudes. Now you are observing here some of the points: equator, parallel, pole, here. So equator, 0-degree latitude is called equator, and the remaining latitudes are called parallel lines, and 90-degree latitude is called as pole. We can find two poles, North Pole and South Pole. Yes. Now, the imaginary circular lines parallel to the equator are called latitudes. The imaginary circular lines, it's a circles, parallel to the equator are called latitudes. Latitude is related to the Latin word latitudo. The word latitude came from Latin word latitudo, which means breadth or width or extent or size. Is it? The meaning of latitude is breadth or width or extent or size. Lines of latitudes are often referred to as parallel circle. You are observing the picture. Yes, these are the parallel circles. Latitudes are the parallel circles. You can observe the latitudes are parallel lines. So there are 180 latitudes are there. Latitudes from equator and 0-degree latitudes to 90-degree north latitude are called northern latitudes. This region also called as northern hemisphere. And again, latitudes from equator to 90 degrees south are called southern latitudes. This region also called as southern hemisphere. From equator to north and from equator to south. From equator to north, there 90 degrees are there. This is called northern latitudes. This region is also called as northern hemisphere. From equator to south, we have 90 degrees latitudes. These 90 degrees latitudes are called southern latitudes. This region also called as southern hemisphere. Now, this is equator. You observe in the globe, equator. And the 23 end of north latitude is called as Tropic of Cancer. And 23 end of southern latitude, this is called as Tropic of Capricorn. And remember, 66 end of northern latitude is named as Arctic Circle. And 66 end of southern latitude is named as Antarctic Circle. And we can observe 90 degrees north, this is called North Pole, and 90 degrees in the south, this is called South Pole. It means totally 180 latitudes we have on the globe. Now longitude. We discussed earlier. The lines which drawn vertically on the globe is called longitudes. In this picture you are observing the red line. This is the prime meridian. The remaining lines are meridians. And also we can find poles. So the imaginary straight lines or the vertical lines are called as meridians. These are semicircles. These are semicircles. Yes. Today, the imaginary semicircle lines that join the north and south poles are called longitude. Longitude is related to the Latin word longitudo. This longitude is derived from the Latin word longitudo, which means length or long duration. The word longitude is derived from the Latin word longitudo, which means length or long duration. Lines of longitude are often referred as meridians. We can also call these longitudes are meridians. Now observe. Here you are observing the red line. This is prime meridian. The remaining are meridians. So there are 360 longitudes we can find. Longitudes from the Greenwich to the international date line in the east. It means 0 degree longitude to 180 degrees eastern longitude are known as eastern longitudes. And again, longitudes from the Greenwich to international date line in the west, it means 0 degree to 180 degrees west are known as western longitudes. In fact, 180 degrees east and 180 degrees west longitudes are same as 180 degrees, which is called international date line. Isn't it? Yes. Latitudes and longitudes. These are facts. Latitudes are parallel to each other and never meet. They are parallel lines, they never meet. But longitudes are known as meridians. Longitudes measure the distance of east or west of the prime meridian. Latitudes helps to measure the distance located towards the north or south from the equator. Longitudes are equal in length. Longitudes are farthest at the equator and meet the poles. Longitudes are invisible horizontal lines. Listen. Latitudes are invisible horizontal lines that run parallel to the equator. Longitudes are invisible vertical lines that runs north-south direction. Isn't it? Yes. Now you are observing. Here again we can find. So this is the globe. Yeah, it's moving. The lines which drawn horizontally are called latitudes. Now this is latitude. The lines which drawn vertically are called as what it is? Longitudes. Now latitudes and longitudes are simply and commonly used coordinate system that is used to identify a location on the surface of the earth, which is called grid. We can find a particular location on the map or the globe. We can use these latitude and longitudes. The lines, the place between two latitudes and longitudes are called as grid. Here you can observe this is grid. This is grid. The place between two latitudes and longitudes are called as grid. Here I am drawing. Yes. Now active for you. Use your atlas to find the following important lines of longitudes and latitudes and mark them on outline world map. What are the lines? Yes, equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, Greenwich Meridian. Yes, you can find these important lines on your outline. After this video, I think you are understood. All horizontal imaginary lines are called latitudes and all vertical imaginary lines are called longitudes. And the grid helps to locate areas, countries and continents. Thank you. Thank you, Wanda.